Hi guys, welcome to Ella's Trading Cards YouTube channel. It's Ella's dad here today. Today I'm going to talk a bit about how we go about grading the Slam Attax Reloaded 2020 cards and how we go about collecting. So it's quite easy to fill up a Slam Attax Reloaded folder if you buy enough packets. But what we try to do as a challenge is we try to collect all our cards in mint condition. We've noticed that the cards have a whole different variety of qualities as they're coming out of the packets. So we're going to show you today a bit about the differences between the cards, and maybe you can look at your cards and see what condition are they in. So we've sorted out the cards into grades 4 according to PSA Beckett, right up to 9.5 up here, and we've only found 4 of those. We haven't actually found any 10s in this set. I find the back of the cards are quite difficult to make any card a 10 in this set. Right, let's start out on these 4. So 4 is very good to excellent condition down here. So if we look at this Jeff Hardy card, you can see clearly on this one, you got damage straight out the packet there. So it's been creased up, it's knocked about a bit, and that's an example of a 4. So it's very good condition to excellent at best. This Walter one, I thought was initially a mint condition card, but then when I looked under light, there was a line straight through that card. So when you're buying cards on the secondary market and advertised as mint, just watch out for these types of faults, because this initially looks like a mint card, but there's a line across it which makes it clearly not mint condition. I've noticed on all these cards down here, we've got printing defects, so we've got a separate section for printing defects. You'll probably notice some of these on your cards. You can see where the printer has not printed the black marks, the black edges correctly. What have we got wrong on this one? On this one, this looked like a mint card. This is from the, this isn't from the T set, it's from the Hall of Fame set, but there's clearly blue lines all the way down that side. That's a printing defect. This is an interesting card, the Wolfgang card. Both of these cards have the same printing defect, so I suspect it's a problem with this card. Now, if you find a card without this printing defect down here, that could be a very rare card in itself and quite valuable because of that. They all have a similar printing defect on that one, so look out for your Wolfgangs. It's difficult to tell with these pay-per-view ones if it's a printing defect or not, but you can see on some of these there's lines going through the card from left to right, which, whether it's a printing defect or not, it does make the card appear a little bit ugly to the eye. So at best, probably 5 from a visual appeal. So then you've got 5 which are excellent condition cards. So at this stage, you're looking for a nick at the side on the edges there, which has a more detracting appearance on the card. So to me, that's a 5. That's an excellent card on that one. You then go up to excellent, up to mint condition. So again, this card looks near mint condition on first appearance, but when you do a close inspection, there's actually a lot of marks down the bottom of that card, and if you get significant fingerprints on it as well. The edges aren't that great, they're not that even. When you do your grading, what you're looking for, you want 4 crisp corners, you want sharp edges, you want the centering of the picture to be in the center, left, right, top to bottom, and that's what you're really looking out for. And the surface needs to be quite a good surface as well, with no marks on the surface. You look at the front, look at your back under light, and that's how you can assess your cards. So that was your, what was that, the excellent to mint ones. Now we're on to your 7s, which are your near mint cards. So there's a lot of cards in the set in this condition, they're near mint. So if you see cards advertised as mint condition, look out for some of these defects. So you've got some, again, that looks like a mint condition card. The only thing that makes it near mint is that small nick at the top. Now these limited edition cards, they tend to have a lot of faults like this. So if you do get a higher grade limited edition card, then that could be quite rare and valuable. Hold on to the high quality ones. Watch out when you buy these. There's a small ding on the side there as well. You know, near mint is not a bad score. It's good for collection. Let's look at one of the base cards here. Reza. So again, this looks like on first appearance, it looks like a mint condition card. But what you've got a few nicks down the bottom there. So one of the corners is affected. And you're looking at eye appeal. So does the defects take away from the eye appeal of the card? So that is what we would class a near mint condition. Your next grade up, so your bulk of your cards are found in this grade. So this is 8 near mint to mint condition. So you're getting up to the higher end of the scale here. Certainly worth collecting these. There you go, a beautiful Andre the Giant card on that one from his Hall of Fame set. The only detractor really on this one is that small nick on the edge up there, which really knocks the appearance. A lot of these cards have edge damage, which is why they're not graded as high as some sets. Again, a beautiful card on that one. So these are good for the average collector, certainly. Just a very tiny thing on that corner. Really, these are excellent, you know, mint condition cards, but really very, very minor defects in these ones. Maybe a small finger mark up there, which is visible under light, but otherwise that would be a perfect card. And the back sometimes has minor issues on that one. There you go, what you mostly get. And then this is what we collect in our collection. So we've found about 100 cards so far in this high condition, and these are our spare cards, which will be on Ella's eBay store, Ella's Trading Cards, which is a new store that we're setting up. This is, you know, when we choose cards for our collection, we say this is a beautiful card, and that's how you do the test. If you look at the card and you think that's a beautiful example of that card, then you've likely got a high condition card. If you've checked the corners, you've checked the edges, you've clearly checked all the surface marks out, check the back's in good, if not better condition than average for most of this set. You know, this could almost be a 9 on this one. Very, very good card, that one. Just the very tiniest hint of a corner knockdown there, but really nothing significant. That's at least a 8.5 card, that one. Then you go on to what we like to collect, which is your mint condition cards. And these really are getting up to perfect condition here. So these are mint. And just be careful with these ones, because this is where your high value cards are. Even a base card in this condition could be worth a lot of money if you got the right base card. Some people collect single wrestlers like Andre the Giant, etc., or Hulk Hogan. This is an absolutely stunning card, this one. Yeah, this is really a stunning card. You might get a very small speck of where it's not printed correctly, but that's an absolutely beautiful card, that one. Other examples here, this Mark Andrews. Another beautiful card on that one. Near perfect condition, that one. Tony Storm, we see a lot of cards of Tony Storm in really high quality condition. This card is maybe a very tiny speck, but again, it's a beautiful card. You just look at the cards and say, does that card have really great eye appeal? And these are the cards you want to collect, not ones which are necessarily knocked at the side, knocked at the corner. There's nothing wrong with collecting the near mints to mint, nothing wrong with playing with them. But if you're a serious collector that's investing in these cards, then the 9 mints are what you want. Now it comes on to the 9.5s. We haven't found any 10s in the set. This is where the top condition cards are. It's absolutely clear corners there, near perfect. surface on that one. Beautiful eye appeal. And look at the back on that one. So it's the backs really that make it. A lot of the backs have edge wear. If you've got one which is in beautiful back like that, that's a near perfect card. And it's the Undertaker, a really popular character, so people will collect that. It does make a difference in terms of value, maybe values for another day, but I'll just give you a brief overview of value. So some of these cards, if they're the base cards, then at the lower end of the values you can be looking at 20 pence or so for the 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s. For the 8s they might go up to £1. But then when you start getting up to these high level cards that goes to the 9s and the 10s, then you could be looking at 10 times the figure for the 8s and the 7s because they're so much harder to get. So all these are raw ungraded cards. This is a manual assessment that we do. If these were to get sent off to PSA and BGS and they confirm these grades, then you could be looking at a value of 10 times what the raw value would be. So that just gives you a brief oversight as to how the grading market works. Hope this has been useful. If you've got any opinions on grading or how you like to collect, let us know. Just give you an idea, when you're collecting, if you can find the high grade ones in all the different subsets. So Raw, we've got about 25% of them so far. SmackDown, we've got about 25% of them. The NXT cards and the NXT UK are very difficult to get in high grades for some reason. The 205 Live, we've got about 25% of them. The tag teams, they're difficult to get in a high grade. The Future Legends, we've got about 25% of them. The rares and the tactic cards, if you get a high grade of them, that's really good to have. The Firefly Funhouse, we've got two out of the 6 of them. The Hall of Fame seem very difficult to get 9s and higher. If you've got Hall of Fames, high grades, that's going to be a good one to keep. The pay-per-view boosters, because they are the metallic ones, very, very, very difficult to get high grade, really good appeal to the eye cards in that one. The championship belts are quite easy to get in higher grades. We're doing well completing that set, as we are the finishers and the iconic finishers. In the limited editions, we've got 3 at high grades. We really want to collect them at high grades. The XL cards in particular, they're difficult to get in high grades because they get bashed about in the shops and you get a lot which are the 6s and 7s. But anything that ends up a 9, 9.5 is going to be highly collectible. Even the tins of the exclusive set 3, we had 3 tins and we've got about 2/3 of the set in that. Some of them have knocks and bends in them. So again, look out for these limited edition cards as well. Hope that has helped, and we'll be back soon with a more unboxing video. We've got loads of stuff coming in the post. It might be here tomorrow, it might be here next week. When we get it, we'll share it, and let's get some autographs, relics. That's what we want because we've not got any of them so far. Thanks, until next time, see you soon.